Jose Suarez did the unthinkable tonight. He actually pitched well in a start, and he's actually been pretty darn good since we called him back up, but unfortunately, it didn't matter late, as a couple late runs from the Houston Astros sink our Angels in a 3-1 loss tonight. We'll talk about it on tonight's edition of the Locked On Angels Postcast right now.
You are Locked On Angels Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Los Angeles, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hello, Halo Nation. Hello, Halo hopefuls. Hello, Postcast people. And welcome to the latest edition of the Locked On Angels Postcast, coming at you live, as always, right here on the Locked On Sports Los Angeles YouTube channel and after the fact, wherever you get the Locked On Angels podcast feed. If you don't know who I am, my name is Gavin Carlson, a former credentialed journalist in the LA area for the last 4 years in LA with the Daily Bruin, specifically covering UCLA sports. I've been in press boxes, I've been in arenas, and everywhere you need to be as a journalist, but I'm now here, a part of the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every day. Our team is the Angels, and tonight, as usual, the Angels fall, this time 3-1 in a pretty darn tight game, a low-scoring pitching duel between, I can't even say it with a straight face, between Kikuchi for the Astros, who you expect to pitch well, and Jose Suarez. That's right, Jose Suarez pitches 5 innings, gives up just 3 hits, just 1 run, and it's unearned. He did walk 2, but he struck out 5. All that great pitching brings the ERA all the way down to 6. So it's still been an absolute brutal season for him, obviously. But since we've called him up, 11 scoreless innings for him, and he did a job keeping the Angels in this one. It was 1-0 Angels through 3.5 innings. Bottom of the 4th inning, the Astros tied the game at 1, and then a bunch of more zeros, a lot more zeros until 2 runs are given up by Ryan Miller and the Angels in the bottom of the 8th inning before they ultimately lose this one late. Disappointing, but I guess, moral victories, that's all we can look for with this team, and the game was close going into the bottom of the 8th inning, so I guess we'll give them that. Before we jump into this one, a shout out to everybody in here. I know I started a little bit late. Some technical difficulties. The thumbnail was acting up. We got that figured out. But yes, thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for being with me as always. I appreciate you guys so much. And also a shout out to the sponsor of today's show. It is FanDuel. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. I also, before we get started, I do have to say that my voice is absolutely dying. All right, I'm on my last life. Some of you know I started my first full-time job post-grad this week. And I don't know if it's the lack of sleep because I'm not used to getting up at 7 a.m. every day. I don't know if it's that I'm not used to working for 8+ hours every day. I don't know if it's that my job is in sales and requires a lot of talking. But between all of that, I think my voice is gone. You can probably hear a little bit of raspiness maybe. We're on my last life right now. And so if I do go a little short in this one, or if I do seem like I'm not as loud, just a heads up, that is why. But let's jump right into this one. And I know the story is probably what happened late, but I'm just kind of having fun with it, man. We have to talk about Jose Suarez because we know how much we hate this guy for how bad he's been in his Angels career, how bad he was this season before him being sent down. But he gets the start opportunity because that's the state of affair for the Los Angeles Angels. And yes, Silent E is absolutely right. He says, Suarez did good today? It's the end of the world. Another Angel doing good in garbage time. Yeah, exactly. Let's not forget, the last time this guy started a game was in June. On June 11th, he started a game. And, of course, he only lasted 2 2/3 innings. He gave up 4 runs. He gave up 6 hits. He gave up a home run. He walked a guy. He hit a guy. That was the last start he had in June. He also had a start, or actually that was his only start of the year. Is that correct? I think I'm missing something. That might be his only start of the season, which is pretty crazy. Coming into tonight, that is, of course. But Yeah, not great when he has to start. Not great in relief. The ERA coming into the month of September. Let's start with this. His ERA in the month of June, 20.25. In 4 innings, he gave up 9 earned runs. His last outing in June before he was sent down against the Giants. How about pitching 1 inning and giving up 5 runs? This guy stinks normally, but tonight he did not, and that's why that's the story coming into this show. Jose Suarez gets the start. He pitches 5 innings. He only gives up 3 hits against an Astros lineup that is pretty darn good, right? They're a first-place team in the AL West. They're about to lock that up pretty soon, and a couple guys that you certainly are scared of. Alex Bregman at the top, maybe not his old self, but against a lefty, scary. Yordan Alvarez, always scary. Kyle Tucker, I know he's been out a decent amount of time, always scary. Diaz hitting 295, always scary. You know, everybody, Pena, Carantini, they're all hitting over 700 OPSs. I know us Angels fans don't know what that is, but literally everyone other than Myers and Dubon is hitting over 700 with their OPS. A guy like Alvarez, 946. A guy like Tucker, 955. I mean, some really good hitters, obviously, on this Astros team, in this Astros lineup. And yeah, people are laughing at Silent E's profile picture. It is pretty funny. I probably should take it down. But moral of the story is Jose Suarez, I don't think any of us were expecting much from him. And he played pretty darn well today. You have to give him his credit. Don't think it really means anything. So I'm not going to waste too much time on it because I don't think it means anything going into next year. It better not mean anything. I don't want to see this guy starting for the Angels next year. I don't want to see this guy wearing an Angels uniform next year. I don't even want to see him on the payroll next year. But good for him that he was able to have a decent start. Yeah, you guys are bringing up good points. Maybe he plays better without pressure. That's certainly true. Yeah, I mean, Jose Suarez, good for him, I guess. But we're not going to waste too much time on that. What did happen in this game is that Ryan Miller was not able to get things done in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Miller, has been pretty good, right? The ERA now is 3.86, but coming into this performance, it was a lot lower. We were just talking about him yesterday. The ERA was all the way down at 2.16. He was really pitching well. No earned runs allowed in his previous 3 performances coming into tonight. Only 1 run allowed in the whole month of September coming into tonight. He had pitched 7 innings, gave up just 1 earned run in those 7 innings. That's why the ERA was so low. But tonight he comes in the bottom of the 8th inning with this game tied, a low-scoring game the whole way through. He comes in the 8th inning for Hunter Strickland, and it starts bad early, and it stayed bad early and often. A 4-pitch walk to Yordan Alvarez to lead off the inning, and none of them were anywhere close on the first 3 before he gets a pitch clock violation, ball 4. Are you kidding me? The second that happened, I think all of us felt the bad vibes were coming. Then he walks Kyle Tucker. I think here... No, Roger, I thought, was complaining about this call. He was not. But against Kyle Tucker, a couple close pitches. He did get a couple generous strike calls. And then, all the balls were fouled off, actually. But 4 foul balls from Kyle Tucker, and then he eventually takes an 8-pitch walk with those 4 balls. So it's first and second, nobody out. Yainer Diaz comes up. He hits a ground ball to Zach Nettle. They're able to get the runner at second base, Kyle Tucker, not able to turn the double play. Would have liked the double play there, but it's first and third now with 1 out. An opportunity to get out of the inning with the double play. And once again, Miller does his job. And it's clear what he was trying to do. He throws 4 pitches down and away. He's trying to get the weak ground ball. He gets the weak ground ball. But Ohapi goes to second for 1. Not able to get the double play. And that was unfortunate. At this point, you still haven't given up a run, though. You've still done your job. You intentionally walk Caratini to load not to load the bases, but to go second and third. And then you load the bases with Caratini's walk, So here comes Singleton, the big guy. I mean, this guy is huge. And this is where Roger thinks that Miller was done dirty. He's probably talking about the 3rd pitch, 0-2. He throws 2 sliders. They're both in the zone. And then the 0-2 pitch is a sweeper at the knees. And it's probably a strike, right? On the MLB.com, it's in the strike zone. It's a call that you're probably getting all day. Yes, it's a costly missed call. Unfortunately, after that, there's back-to-back foul balls before he absolutely hangs a sweeper, and Singleton crushes it. 97 exit velo, 320 feet for a 2 RBI double, and that was all she wrote. So yes, a really, really costly call that was not made. Unfortunate. But at the end of the day, the only reason I'm not really feeling all that bad is you walk the first 2 guys of the inning, including an automatic ball 4 on a pitch clock violation against Yordan Alvarez to lead off the inning. That is unacceptable. That should never happen. And even though he did his job, getting back-to-back ground balls from Diaz and Pena and just not getting double plays on either of them, still, you do that, something as abysmal as that in the first, the leadoff hitter, and then you go back-to-back walks. The baseball gods are never going to forgive you, and they did not here. So tough for Miller. Obviously, the Angels just go 1-2-3 in the ninth, like they always seem to do when they're down 1 or 2 runs, and they fall 3-1. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, I'll talk about the offensive performance from the Angels. Then I'll get to some of your comments, and we'll have some fun as we have been lately on these shows. So we'll do that after I take my first break here on the Locked On Angels Postcast. Oh, yeah. Now, this is fun. We don't get to do this all the time. And look at, this is the state of the affairs, not only as an Angels fan, but as someone who covers this team and talks about this team every night. We have to get excited about sponsorships. Like, I know it's an inside joke. I literally saw a comment from somebody just today on this show saying maybe we need Liquid IV. I mean, it's become a running joke that we get excited and we laugh about sponsorships. So I'm excited that we have a new sponsor today. It is Arena Club. For most of us that like collecting cards, the idea of spending $2,000 or more on a Luka, Ellie, or Mahomes rookie card just isn't in the cards. I love collecting, but that's some serious money to drop. Oh yeah, it is. But thanks to slab packs from arenaclub.com, now it's possible to score gem mints for a fraction of their retail price. Every card that I listed was hit from last week's Arena Club slap pack drop. Arena Club is the only repack that provides real value, a complete view of all possible cards, and clear hit rates for each one. I love opening cards. I love collecting cards. I've always collected cards. My dad collected sports cards growing up, and it's just fun, right? Everything's, virtual nowadays. It's nice, though, that collecting cards has always been something that has stayed true, and it's great. It's absolutely great. And Arena Club makes it a whole lot better. Arena Club slab packs are revolutionizing the repack game with transparency. After your pulls are revealed, they'll immediately be placed in your showroom for safekeeping, selling, trading, or auction. The Arena Club grading process is accurate, fast, and transparent, with a full-grade rationale provided an explanation of how your card was scored. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or displaying, Arena Club is the card collecting platform you have to check out. Right now, you can get 10% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/LockedOnMLB and use code LockedOnMLB. That's arenaclub.com/LockedOnMLB, code LockedOnMLB for 10% off your first purchase. Back here live on the Locked On Sports Los Angeles YouTube channel. This is the Locked On Angels Postcast. I'm Gavin Carlson, and the Angels fall tonight. They fall 3-1. Another sad, disappointing, tight loss. Jose Suarez actually had a good start. That's a miracle, but you can't get too many miracles in one game for the Angels, which is why when we get that miracle, we also get a one-run performance where you have just 6 hits. And the one run came right away. Taylor Ward opens the scoring with a lead-off home run. First at-bat of the game against Kikuchi, lefty on righty, and Ward hits home run number 25. You got to give him credit. Home run number 25. He's had a hit, and I believe 23 of the last, or no, I think it's 27, yes. 27 of his last 28 games, Taylor Ward has reached base. Not a hit, but he's reached base 27 of his last 28 for this team and for how bad he had been at certain points in the season. Certainly impressive. Got to give him his credit. Shout out to Taylor Ward. But from there, it got really bad. really, really bad. The Angels only end up picking up 6 more hits. They got 1 more in the first inning from Brandon Drury. They also had a walk from Nolan Schanuel in the first inning. But yeah, they never really threatened after that, man. Top of the second, Jock Lopez had a single, but other than that, it was 1-2-3. The third was 1-2-3. Another single in the fourth, but other than that, even with a Jordan Adams stolen base after his single, Campero strikes out, so it's another quick inning. Top of the 5th is 1-2-3. Top of the 6th, the only time you really felt like there's maybe something because it's a leadoff single from Nolan Schanuel, but then 1-2-3 right after that. 7th, 1, 2, 3. 8th, the final hit of the game, a Zach Neto double with 1 out. And at the time, this is a huge hit. It's a 1-1 game, and Zach Neto hits a 1-out double. You're thinking, okay, runner in scoring position, 1 out, let's get it done. Nolan Chandler is able to advance him to third, but he grounds out, and then Brandon Drury grounds out as well. And then in the 9th, 1, 2, 3. So the moral of the story is the Angels have 6 hits. One of them is a solo shot to lead off the game. And then after that, they have 5 hits. 4 of them came in innings where nothing else happened, no other base runners. And then the only other hit came in the first inning after the Taylor Ward home run, and nothing happened after that. So it's still empty bases, right? The thing that frustrated me about tonight, though, 11 strikeouts, no walks, or 1 walk, 11 strikeouts, 1 walk. That can't happen. That cannot happen. You got to put the bat on the ball. You got to be able to take pitches. You got to be able to stay alive in counts. Absolutely none of that tonight. Taylor Ward hit a home run, a couple singles, but no long at-bats, only 1 walk, no creativity. Jordan Adams stole second base, but other than that, nothing much. Fud Alex says, this is a brand new team called Trash Pandas Lake Bees. Yeah, for real. It's a bunch of random guys, and every once in a while, a Wagaman will have a game where he hits a home run, but today he looked like a guy that's not a major league hitter. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Logan O'Hoppe, 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. It's starting to get really concerning. You know, baseball is a sport of slumps and hot streaks. And Logan O'Hoppe was really hot and really encouraging. He has been slumping. But it's gotten to the point where it's not a slump. It's downright concerning. Right? It's downright concerning. He is not just going through a month-long stretch at this point. It's like 3 months of being one of the worst hitters in the league. I don't have the stats up right now, but if you filtered for, guys who have had X number of at-bats in the last couple of months, he might have the worst average of everybody. He has been awful, and he can't even put the bat on the ball. 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Oh my goodness. And then look, Anthony Jimenez got to my next point, which is going to be the errors by Wagaman. 3 by 1 guy. When is the last time you've ever said that? 3 errors by 1 guy. I feel like this guy's not a third baseman. I feel like he's too tall. He's not athletic enough. I feel like he's a first baseman. I mean, officially on the roster, he's listed as a first baseman. He's playing third right now, but he's hardly playing it. If what he did tonight is being considered playing third base, then we all played third base tonight. I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And this guy's not a 22-year-old rookie. He's 27. You got to be able to field the ball, man. You got to be able to throw the ball accurately to first. He was abysmal. And so not only are there only 6 hits, not only is there no threat, only 1 other guy or 2 guys were runners in scoring position tonight. The whole game. And you also had 3 errors, all coming from 1 guy. O'Hoppe looked like a mess. Wagaman was not much better at all. 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts, and he had the 3 errors. Neto 1 for 4, but 2 strikeouts. Only 1 walk from Nolan Chandler. He got on base twice. No one else got on base twice. It's brutal. Brutal stuff. When we come back, we'll get to your comments. We'll try to be positive, laugh about some stuff. I don't know. Some of you guys liked me just rambling. Maybe we'll just talk about some fun stuff to wrap this one up. But yeah, another frustrating loss for the Angels. Nobody got it done on the field other than Jose Suarez and I guess Hunter Strickland a little bit. But other than that, nothing positive to talk about in this one. We'll take our last break and we'll come back and we'll try to make it positive. We'll talk about something right here on the Locked On Angels Postcast. Now, finally, today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. I love FanDuel. I really love it. I hope you do too. And you've heard me talk a lot about FanDuel because I love it. It's America's #1 sportsbook. But I have something a little bit different for you now through September 22nd, which is coming up. So you got to take advantage soon or else this is going to run out. All FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Then with the YouTube TV base plan, you'll be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out of market game. All you need is a Google account and a current form of payment, and you can cancel anytime. Just visit FanDuel.com to download America's #1 sportsbook. FanDuel, I'm telling you, Sunday Ticket, it's great. I have it on YouTube TV right now. I had it last year on YouTube TV. It's fantastic. I always tell the story, but my family had Sunday Ticket on DirecTV. It's great on your TV with cable. I mean, of course it is. It's DirecTV. It's a TV company, cable company. But when you tried to use the app, when you tried to watch it online, when you tried to watch it on an iPad, it was terrible. YouTube TV, what's YouTube? It's a streaming company. They know how to stream to your mobile device. They know how to stream to your laptop. They know how to stream to your iPad. For me, I watch most of my games actually on my PS5. That's right. I turn it on. There's a YouTube app on the PS5. Plug it into my monitor that I'm looking at right now, and I watch the games just like this. And it's great. And it works, and you can watch every game. So yes, take advantage of this offer with YouTube TV. Just use FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, and then take advantage of the 3-week free trial. September 22nd is when it runs out, so you got to take advantage. Cash that in right now to take advantage at FanDuel.com, America's #1 sportsbook. Back here live one more time on the Locked On Sports Los Angeles YouTube channel. This is the Locked On Angels Postcast. I am Gavin Carlson. I'll be honest, I can tell I am very low energy right now. The voice is dying. My throat is burning, though. It is absolutely burning. It's throbbing. I am clearly struggling a little bit. I'm also tired, you can tell. But, you know, it also doesn't help that we watch the Angels every night, and they make us tired by watching a guy like Logan commit 3 errors, by watching Jose Suarez actually have a good start, and all for it to be blown, not blown, but messed up by Ryan Miller, and also a really bad call that we already talked about earlier. But yes, the Angels lose 3-1. The record now falls to 62-91. We're searching for that win number 63. We're so close, just one win away from officially avoiding the 100 losses. We'll be fine. We are not going to lose 100 games. We just have to win one more of our last 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? We have 3 more against Houston, 3 more against the White Sox, 3 more against Texas. If we win 6, maybe 5, depending on who you talk to, we avoid the worst season in Angels history. I'm going to say 5 at this point. You got 9 left. You got to win 5. If you sweep the White Sox, you just got to win 1 of 3 against the Astros coming up, and then 1 of the 3 against the Rangers coming up. At home against the Rangers, with that on the line, I'd hope you get win at least 1 game. So it's all going to come down to if you can sweep the White Sox. That's what you're supposed to do. And if you can just win 1 of these next 3 against Houston, if you could win 2 of these next 3, that would be great. Take a lot of pressure off. But Anthony Jimenez with an interesting comment. He says, no excuses, but do you think these young guys are just not used to a 162-game season? Most of our young guys never even completed a full minor league season. I think that's a great point. I think it's a great point. There's so many reasons why it's a great point. Physically, you're playing more games. It's harder. We know how much we struggle with health in this franchise. You're playing more games. And these are a lot of guys who don't have the experience, too, of being a marquee guy and playing a lot of games for a team. So, yes, I'm sure their bodies are physically in more pain. It's harder to recover. When you're playing more games, you have to spend more time on recovery and less time on scouting the other team and less time on practicing your craft, tweaking things, right? Think about it. It's all a time game, and the more time you're spending recovering, which you have to do. I'm not talking about guys spending time playing video games or going out to eat or going to clubs. They're still devoting themselves to their craft, but maybe they have to recover more than normal because they are playing more games. So that's a huge part of it. Mentally, imagine how I'm drained talking for most of these games. And I started basically, a third into the season, and I'm mentally drained. And I'm just talking about this team. Imagine playing 162 games, but also imagine losing most of them. They've lost 91 games. You are mentally drained. You're mentally frustrated. And then imagine if you're like most of these guys who's also been struggling for most of the season as is. You're mentally and physically drained because you're constantly trying to improve at your craft. You're constantly trying to fix what's not working. You're constantly talking extra to coaches, trying to tweak schedules, all that stuff, or schedules, trying to tweak swings, all that stuff. So I think you're absolutely right. Fud Alex says he watches the Angels games on his Xbox or Roku. Exactly. He said, I didn't know this channel came out in Fubo TV. Yeah, we are on Fubo. We have a 24/7 channel on Fubo on Fire Stick with Locked On. It's great. So if you're watching it on there, that is awesome. Yeah, we already laughed with Anaheim Angel about how much liquid IV do I need to feel better about this season? It's a great question. I need some liquid IV right now. I need some other stuff. And Craig actually recommended to gargle salt water. I'm going to do that. I've heard that, certainly. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to try to find something warm. I don't drink coffee, and it's also late, but I need to think of something warm, like some tea or something that I can drink and make myself feel better. Jeff says, 100-loss season, here we come. He also says, Gavin, I appreciate you. The 100-loss season's not coming, Jeff. They just got to win one more game. They're going to win one more game, Jeff. You are normally right, but this is when you're wrong. They're not going to lose 100 games. BC in here going crazy about Shohei. I mean, valid. Unbelievable stuff tonight from him. 6 for 6 with 3 home runs. 2. I didn't even see the stat line. What? No, wait. Is that real? I did not see the stat line for Shohei. 10 RBI. No, there's no. I know I don't normally do this on the show, but I have to Google this. Of course, my Wi-Fi wants to take long to search something in Google, even though normally it takes 2 seconds. There's no way this is true. It is true. That's unbelievable. I'm at a loss for words. That's insane. 3 home runs. What's the most impressive part about that? Why is the headline 3 homer, 2 steal game if the guy had 10 RBIs? Is 10 RBIs not the headline? In your guys' opinion, what's the most crazy part about this stat line? Is it the 3 home runs? It's certainly not the 2 doubles. It's not the 2 stolen bases. Of course, the fact that you have 3 home runs and 2 stolen bases in a season where you just hit the 50-50, I get it. But 10 RBIs? 10 RBIs? Insane. So BC, I normally get annoyed with you coming in here flexing the Dodgers, but you're right. Double digits, baby. It's insane. He deserves the credit. That's unbelievable. Well, this was an Angels show. We're supposed to talk about the Angels. We did as much as you want to when you've lost 91 games and you lose again tonight. But have to end with the story of the day in baseball. That is unbelievable. I'm going to end this and immediately go watch the highlights from that because that's incredible. If you haven't already, go do that. I know we hate the Dodgers. I know we miss Shohei. I know we miss him. God, we miss him. But that's pretty unbelievable. But Alex said, I think he has more RBIs in that game than Drury all season. That's hilarious. How many RBIs does Drury have? Let's check right now. I'm sure it's not a lot. He has 15. So not that much. Jeff says it's okay. The Dodgers will still choke in October. Exactly. And that's where we'll wrap this one up. Hilarious. They will absolutely lose in October. We'll be there for that. But shout out to everybody in here. Fun crowd, even though it was a rough game, even though I'm a little rough right now. I'm exhausted. The throat. I keep saying the throat. I'll calm down. The voice is gone. All right. We're struggling here. I'm going to go sleep. I normally go to bed at like midnight, and that's the problem. I've been going to bed at midnight and waking up at 6:30, 7-ish. I'm going to go to bed at like 9:30 tonight and try to feel a lot better so I can be more energetic tomorrow. Also, I wasn't able to do the show yesterday. At the end of the day, it's, I work a full-time job now, so if the game is during the day, I'm not able to do it, unfortunately. If that was for a full season, obviously we would try to find a second person who could do it, but because the Angels only have 2 weeks left and there's only like 1 or 2 games during the day, didn't feel like it was worth it. So apologies I wasn't able to do the show yesterday, but that's because it was during the day. If it's not during the day, if it's after work, I will certainly race home and do the show. That's what I do for you guys. So I'll be back here tomorrow night. Absolutely. I'll be back. I should be back here Saturday, depending on when UCLA plays. I don't remember. Sunday we'll see, depending on the Rams playing, of course. And then next week we will be back as well. So shout out to all of you. Appreciate it. Tune in as always. This is the Locked On Angels Postcast. I'm Gavin Carlson. Angels fall 3-1, but keep your heads up, everybody. We know what we're trying to do. We're trying to avoid 100 losses, and we need one more win to do that. The goal, the ideal world, we win 5 games, and it's not the worst season in Angels history. But we're going to wrap this one up. Take care. Miracles are possible. Remember that, because Jose Suarez pitched well tonight. That tells you all you need to know. All right, take care, everybody, and as always, go Angels. I'll see you later.